Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Ajax section where we're going to be working with Ajax and no more reloading or refreshing of every single page let's just say of this page since this is a single page application. No more refreshing of the contact us page when message gets sent. Alright, go to that code. There's something I need us to get rid of. This else statement. I want it to be an empty string. So leave it empty. Then for this guy, we need to give this paragraph tag an ID because we won't work with JavaScript and we're going to have to use DOM. There will be DOM manipulation along the line. And let's remove this echo. We don't need it anymore. As a matter of fact, we won't even need the entire PHP stuff up here. So for me, I can just get rid of them, but I'll leave them as comments. I'll leave them as comments. On my GitHub, there will be two different files, one for the PHP and another one for the Ajax. So where is that guy? This one that was echoing status. I won't put it back, but this time I'm going to make it a comment. Looks like HTML comment doesn't affect it. So I'm going to get rid of it. But don't worry, if you need the PHP file, they are both PHP file. But if you want the one that doesn't work with Ajax, you'll still find it on my GitHub repository. Don't worry about that. Then let's create a script. Let's link our script. This time it's a JavaScript file. I'm going to call this index.js. I'll create an index.js now. So new file, name it index.js. No long talk. It just stands for asynchronous JavaScript and HTML. It's used for sending HTTP requests on a browser from a browser to a server without reloading the whole page of the web application. So to get started, we'll be working with DOM, Document Object Manipulation. If you read Lucy JavaScript, you know what I'm talking about. So this form is going to be assigned to document dot query selector. I'll go through the div with the class name of form. Then I'll catch the form inside of that div. The another thing I need to get again is the submit button. Submit equals document. Let's get element by ID. My ID of btn. I gave the submit button an ID of btn, and then the last thing I want is the status status using app. I'm seeing so much typos because I hardly look at my keyboard when I type. And I'm talking at the same time, talking and typing. I'll get good at this, I know. Then the idea of this is status, I think. Give me a second, I need to confirm the ID. No, index.php is status. Alright, it's time for adding event listener. So what I want to do, I want to make sure this form doesn't reload. I want to make sure the whole page doesn't reload anytime we click send or submit. If you check the other videos, you'll notice anytime you click submit, the page refresh. Alright, so let's do that. Let's add an event listener on the form dot on submit equals a function with one parameter, and using arrow function here, I'm going to prevent it from submitting. Prevent default. Default, not default. Then a semicolon here, and once it's submitted, I want it to console.log. String submitted. Let's check it out. Should be working fine. First of all, I want to refresh the page. Then Control Shift I, Control Shift I. I'll access my console. By the way, I'm on Chrome. If you notice, this is Chrome. More tools, then developer tools. Normally, I do this with a command, Control plus Shift plus I. I want to see something in the sources of my dev tools. Okay, our file is sync. It's a sync with the browser. So let's try submitting. Leave me and ES223, my phone number, and I want to send hi this time. If I click submit, yeah, you can see submitted here, and if you notice, the page didn't refresh. I want to get rid of this status. Good. You can see the submit, right? So let's proceed. Next, I want to add an event listener on this the submit button. Submit dot on click. This is a function too, an arrow function. Then I want to send an arrow function. Alright, me set the Ajax start SHR equals new XML HTTP request. Booyah, we're good to go. Then shr.open. I want to open this upload.php with the post method. So the first parameter here is going to be, first argument here is going to be post. It's the method I'm using. The next is the location of the document I want to open, and the last argument here specify if the request should be asynchronous. Now let's check for good signs. Good signs. Alright, so SHR dot unload, checking if the requests are fully loaded. Then no, not this way. I want to assign it to an arrow function, because an arrow function, this time we're going to check for the status and the ready state. If SHR dot ready state is the same as XML HTTP request dot done. That means if this returns true, and check for this if statement again. If SHR dot status is 200, because 200 is a good sign. 404 is a bad sign. This is where we'll fetch our response, but before we fetch our response, FETCH. I know how to spell response, I promise. Alright, before we do that, I want to send the request shr.send. We gotta put something inside this send. Can you figure it out? What are we going to send? Tell me. Just kidding, I can't hear you. I'm going to send this form to this location through this send method. First of all, we need to convert this variable here into an object through the form data object. So we go data, let me use the let keyword, let data equals new, I think it's form data, yeah, it's form data, and then I'll pass in form. Sorry for the typo. Yeah, form, and in here we pass in data. See, easy peasy. So this is sending this particular form to the upload.php, and upload.php will catch them whatsoever is sent through this post method, because the request is coming as post method, as you can see. So upload.php is going to get what it needs through this post method, post name, and post email, post phone, post message. And once you get that, to be able to send this stuff to the database. And let's go back to our JavaScript. Okay, let's say, oh, we're here now. Let response, this is the JavaScript variable, equals shr dot response. And it's the response coming from the upload.php. Let me show you. You can see I'm echoing response. Whatever comes from here as a value will be the SHR response, this guy. And once this guy is in the JavaScript file, we're assigning it to this JavaScript variable. And I want to console.log response. Response. One more thing, I don't want my response to be encrypted because we are using a post method, so data won't reflect on the URL or the search bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment this guy, then I'll just leave response as sent because a string sent. See? And then save it. Let's check for good here. Okay, I have the form, I have the submit, I've checked for the unload, checked for status and ready state, and I sent the request. Then waiting for the response to this. Okay, feed me, let me use 3, my phone number, and this time I'll send what's good. Submit. Something is wrong. Okay. I'm not getting no response. There's supposed to be a response. Let's check. Let's see the network side. Okay, I'm seeing a 304. This is the bad status. Bad status. I need a 200 status. 304 is okay, but I think it's a bad status because let's see, still no response on my console. So let's check it out. What's going on? Mm, What's going on? 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 What did I do wrong? Let's check my upload. I ain't touch anything here except for this response. And I'm sending it through a single code. I'm not sure this is the issue though. But let me see the sources. Okay, our JS file is not synced. You can see it's still at this submitted level. Let's close it and refresh the page. Let's check the index.js. Okay, now it's synced. With the browser is now synced with our server. You can see the full code is here. So let's send it one more time. Pygmy, I'm using PS226, my phone number, and I'm gonna send what's good. Submit. Check my console, and I have a response sent. And if you notice, the page didn't refresh. That's what Ajax does. And if you check the network, you will see status of 200. 200 is okay, meaning our data was sent to the database successfully. And if you come to our database, click refresh, we would see what's good in here. We turn off the data. I sent so much. I'm ordering it. No way. No way. I want it to be descending order. Alright, you can see what's good, right? With this ID of 17. I'm saying what's good here. Okay. Should I increase this? Yeah, it can increase. So this is what's good. and this is Big Me. This is his email. His message is what's good. Okay, that's it for this. Let me reduce the font size, the browser size, sorry, to 100. Alright, that's what Ajax can do. Or last thing we need to do is we need to let the client know that response was sent. So instead of console.log, this time I'm going to change the status. Remember the status variable, this one. Yeah, this status. It's getting an element with the ID of status, and I want to set the text content. Text content equals response. It's like JavaScript doesn't like us giving a variable name of status. So let's change this name to message, right? And come back here, change it to message, since JavaScript has an issue with. And save. Check our form, click submit. Something is wrong. I need to see the status here. Control Shift I. Don't tell me the file is not synced. It could be that and I was right. You can see this line. We already changed this line on our file. Let's refresh the whole page and check if the file on the browser. Okay, it's sync now. You can see text content. The other time here was showing console.log, but now it's showing what we just wrote. Let's try again. Big Me Studio 6, my phone number, and I'm gonna say what's good. Submit. Alright, it's working. It's showing sent up here because of our DOM manipulation. I just don't want to let the client see sent. So all I'm going to do is my upload.php. I'm going to change the response to message delivered. Alright. Check it out. Sent. You can see showing message delivered now. Alright. Thank you guys. That's it for this course. I hope you love this course.